A coup is now effectively underway in Tunisia. President Saied has announced the activation of Article 80 in the constitution, which allows him to suspend the activities of the democratically elected parliament in times of crisis and allows him as president to rule Tunisia directly through executive decree, giving him the same powers as Ben Ali and Bourguiba before him. The president has also announced the lifting of immunity of the democratically elected members of parliament, which now allows him to extrajudicially sweep up the political opposition and wipe them out politically. And in particular, the target is expected to be Ennahda, which has frustrated the president's ambitions to rule Tunisia directly via a proxy prime minister of his choice. It's important to remember that when President Saied won the presidential elections, he had hoped to install his own man as prime minister and wield the prospect of early elections as a stick on parliament to ensure that they toe the line with regards to his politics and with regards to his bid to rule Tunisia. However, Ennahda frustrated these attempts by managing to get the first Prime Minister Farfar ousted on corruption charges and managing to convince the second Prime Minister, the choice of Kais Saied, Hisham Mshishi, managing to convince Mshishi to betray Kais Saied and to lean on Parliament and Ennahda for support. And Mshishi would then go on to remove the president's loyalists in the government, beginning with the health minister and eventually the interior minister, which really upset the president so much so that he decided to adopt a constitutional loophole to frustrate the activities of parliament. Where the constitution required the president to sign off on all laws of parliament, the president decided to adopt the letter of that law and essentially state that he would refuse to sign it, and that this was a power afforded to him by the constitution. It's worth noting here that when the constitution was written, the idea would be that this would be a convention rather than a power of the president. The reason President Saied hasn't moved before is because he's always been uncertain to what extent the people will go with him in this attempted coup that he is engaging in now. And now, given that there are widespread protests in Tunisia, given now that the people have been burning the offices of Ennahda, given that Ennahda are especially dwindling in the opinion polls, and Tunisians blame them primarily for a lot of the ongoing issues in the government and see Ennahda as trying to stop the president from engaging in the necessary reforms, Saied believes that now is the time to implement this coup. He believes that no one will shed a tear if he goes after Ennahda and rounds them up, and he believes that the people are on his side as he implements this coup, as he seizes power for himself, and as he suspends the democratic transition of Tunisia.